Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be discussing case study Can and should AI replace human resources departments? The case focuses on Spot, an AI chatbot designed to handle workplaces complaints, particularly sensitive issues like harassment and discrimination. This raises an important dilemma. Should efficiency, speed, and constance outweigh the need for empathy, trust, and human judgment in human resources functions? My position is clear: AI can be a powerful supplement, but it should never replace human resources professionals entirely. To explain why, I will structure my talk around four guiding questions: willingness to use AI, critics and difficulties, the essential roles of human resources professionals, and finally, strategic recommendations for organizations. So first, would you be willing to use a chatbot to record a grievance at work? The answer is yes, but only under certain conditions. Employees may feel safer in closing sensitive issues to an AI chatbot if anonymity, data security, and the protection from retaliation are granted. This is particularly important in harassment or discrimination cases where people may hesitate to approach senior staff directly. We also know from research that human resources departments are often criticized for being overly administrative and inefficient. Employees sometimes see human resources as judgmental or slow to act. Against this background, a chatbot may feel faster and more neutral, what we might call judgment-free. But the critical limitation is that chatbots cannot provide empathy or cultural sensitive. They cannot read tone of voice or understand the nuance of workplace dynamics. So while a chatbot works best as an intake tool, it must be followed up by human resources professionals who can interpret, investigate, and resolve issues fairly. Next, what are the opportunities and the difficulties of using AI in human resources? On the opportunity side, the benefits are quite clear. AI can deliver efficiency, reduce costs, and provide consistency in process like documentation or case tracking. Anonymity is another key advantage. It lowers the barrier for employees to report grievance they might otherwise suppress. But alongside these benefits, the difficulties are significant. First, AI risks depersonalize the employment relationships. Its complaints are only handled by machines. Employees may feel that the organization does not care, which undermine trust. Second, AI lacks empathy, ethical sensitivity, and the cultural awareness, qualities that are essential in handling conflicts. Third, chatbots cannot interpret nouns or provide emotion support. And finally, they cannot resolve complex disputes or rebuild relationships. In short, AI provides efficiency, but it does not provide humanity. This brings me to the third question: what will remain essential for human resources professionals in the AI era? Here we can draw on two important human resources frameworks. The Harvard model highlights four areas of human resources strategy: employee influence, human resources flows, rewards, and work systems. AI may exist in human resources flows, for example, tracking cases or automating reminders, but influence and rewards require human judgment. These are not mechanical processes. They require empathy, context, and fairness. Green human resources management also reminds us that sustainable performance depends on meeting employees' human needs: belonging, appreciation, and contribution. Chatbots cannot satisfy these needs. Human beings want to feel valued, seen, and respected, and that comes from people, not from algorithms. So, what exactly should human resources professionals do? First, they must manage trial and investigation, deciding which cases require urgent attention and how they should be handled. Second, they must interpret and communicate, providing sense, making in complex situations where AI simply cannot. And third, human resources professionals are responsible for restoring trust and engagement after a grievance is raised. Employees want not only resolution but also reassurance that the organization cares about their well-being. This role cannot be outsourced to AI. Let's now turn to the fourth question, which is perhaps the most practiced one. Which human resources functions should or should not be conducted by AI or machine learning technologies? To start with the should, there are certain functions where AI clearly add value. These are primarily administrative and or transactional tasks, things like intake or complaints, automatic documentations, sending reminders, or even conducting trend analysis across large datasets. These are areas where efficiency, accuracy, and consistency matter most, and where human judgment is less critical. For example, an AI system can quickly flag recurring grievance themes across departments, which would be far more time consuming for human resources staff or track manually. So in these routine tasks, AI is not only useful but arguably essential. But the more important question is what AI should not do. AI is not equipped to handle resolutions, investigations, conflict management, or cultural sensitivity. These require empathy, contextual understanding, and the ability to navigate interpersonal dynamics skills that remain uniquely human. Imagine an employee disclosing a case of workplace bullying. The chatbot may record the facts efficiently, but it cannot build trust, reassure the employees, or interpret the subtle power dynamics involved. If organizations relied solely on AI for resolution, they would risk further alienating employees and eroding engagement, so here human resources is indispensable. This leads us to the idea of a hybrid approach. The most effective model is one where AI and human resources work together. AI is used for intake and early stage processing, while human resources professionals take over for resolution and the relationship management. Think of it as a partnership. The chatbot provides efficiency and neutrality at the front end, while human resources ensures empathy and fairness in the back end. This division of labor plays to the strengths of both, but making this hybrid model work also requires reskilling human resources professionals, as the future of human resources is not about routine paperwork, but about human capabilities such as emotion, intelligence, conflict resolution, and culture sensitive. At the same time, human resources staff must also become literate in AI technologies, able to understand how these systems work, how to interpret outputs, and how to apply them responsibly. Without these skills, human resources risks being sidelined by technology rather than empowered by it.